everybody, and welcome back to Cooking and Travel by Dr. Papori Barooah. On demand from one of my subscribers and friends, Arundhati Das, who stays in Mumbai, I'm trying to present before you a very healthy yet tasty breakfast recipe. I need to make a patty with some of the ingredients that we normally have every day in breakfast, at least in this part of India. We have something called chura or flattened rice, we have oats. So it's sort of an oats and chura or oats and flattened rice patty that will have all of it, like the dry fruits and everything that will make it completely nutritious and worth a try. So let's get going. I've taken here 1 cup of chura or flattened rice, what we call sira in Assamese, and here 1 cup of oats, rolled oats there. Now I need to soak them in water for at least 10 minutes. Let me now introduce you to the other ingredients that are necessary. Here we have around 2 medium-sized potatoes boiled in water and some salt, and here around 10 pods of garlic, 1 inch of ginger and 1 green chili. I have here 2 large onions and just chop big because I want to put it in the mixie, and around 2 leaves of mint. Here this is almond powder. You can use almond if you do not have the powder. This is around 2 tablespoons of almond powder, so around say 7 or 8 almonds there. And here around 4 big tablespoons of breadcrumb. You can take fresh bread and put it in the mixie and you'll have fresh breadcrumbs. I will also need some masalas. Here I have around 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder and 2 teaspoons of meat masala, and some raisins and some cashew nuts. This is it's optional, you may leave it out if you do not have at home. So now let me show you how I go about. At first I will put all these ingredients, like this is the onions and the mint leaf and of course the garlic, ginger and the green chili, and give it a mix in the mixie. Into the same mixie, after a whisk like this, I will put in the chura or the flattened rice that has been soaking for 10 minutes along with the oats. Both of them will go inside the mixie now. Now I'm going to give it a nice mix and get a smooth mixture. This is how the mixture looks now. Next, I've mashed the potatoes properly and I've put all the dry fruits available in a Ziploc bag, and now I'm just going to heat it with the rolling pin so that they are crushed yet not fully crushed, and we can really feel it when we eat it. So this much is fine, I guess. Raisins are firm, no problem. The next things that will go in are these things, that is the almond powder, the breadcrumb, and of course the 2 spices there. So these things go in there. The other things also very nicely go in, and of course I just forgot to mention, we also need some soda bicarb or baking soda just before we really roll them out into patties. At this moment, I'll just put in say 1/4 teaspoon of soda bicarb and a little bit of garam masala. Just a pinch of garam masala. I'll give it a nice mix now. It is at this moment you have to check in for the salt and give the required amount of salt. Taste and see, because everything is edible at this point and not raw completely, and give it a nice mix. So this is ready. Now all I need to do is something that I love. Just crush my cornflakes a little so that I can use it as a coating and make the patty very crispy. Okay, so that's done. Now this mixture might seem a little soggy, but it comes out real good. At this point only you need to throw in the cornflakes and then make a simple patty like this. I'll repeat the process with the entire mixture. You can decide on the size that you want and then roll it out in the cornflakes. It seems a little messy there, but once they are done, They come out very wonderful and crispy in the top, on the top, and inside they are soft and nice. So this is how I'll repeat for all the entire mixture. So there are around 10 patties that have been made there from 1 cup of oats and 1 cup of chura or flattened rice. Now we're going to fry them. Now, not shallow fry. I'll just show you how we go about. My skillet is done. I've put here some oil there, around this vegetable oil, around 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to put them. But let them be some space there, because I do not want it like a patty proper, but I just want to use them for my breakfast. So I'm going to flatten them out a little this way, and on low flame use it. You can use your non-stick for this purpose. A skillet normally becomes non-stick after some time because it's cast iron, no problem. So this way on medium flame I'll let them cook. By the way, we need to remember that all of them are actually cooked, but for now we will just cook them so that we have this crispy thing there. I'm talking about the external, that should be completely crispy, and inside it's soft and mushy. So on one side we fry it, and very soon I just turn it over like this. Okay, see, it doesn't take time at all. It's a beautiful golden brown, almost darkened there. So here, see, it takes very less time. The oil should, however, be very hot. And then the crispy thing. Normally, if you reduce the flame, the crispiness really runs away in a way. So we're just going to flatten it. So to make my things easier, I'm just going to use this and flatten it. Okay, so that, because I don't want it like a patty, but I want something like, something that's very, very nutritious to be had during the breakfast time. Okay, now one thing here, if you have a look at what I've used here, I've used chura or flattened rice, I've used oats, and I've used raisins and all the dry fruits, everything that we normally have during, at least in Assam, during the breakfast time in the city areas, and that way it becomes, I've also used breadcrumbs, fresh breadcrumbs. So actually what am I doing? I'm just using everything that we use for breakfast, but I'm using it in a more modern and easier manner. In fact, you can make patties like this, and then you can also store it in the refrigerator overnight, and then morning hours you can very well use them to make your breakfast. One thing here, if you put in the refrigerator, it's actually better in a way. See how beautiful and crispy they have come up to be. That's it. This is what I want, exactly like this. See, golden, crispy, and with all the goodness of oats and chura or flattened rice and everything together. And I also normally, it's very difficult to make kids eat your oats and chura, things like that, but here I'll make them eat it because I have used all the spices also. We Indians love the spice in our food, and we don't want it bland. So I'm trying to put all of them together to make it wonderfully tasty. Let's see how they are. So they're nice and crisp, and I need to take them out before they burn off, and I guess 2 will be fine for a breakfast.